Good morning, my dear students. Today we're going to look into additional examples in solving the integral of derivatives using integration by parts. So in our previous discussion, I mentioned the different steps in solving the integral of derivatives using integration by parts. So if you can still recall, the formula for integration by parts is integral of u dv is equal to uv minus the integral of v du. So there's a need for you to solve first for u, v, du, and dv in order for you to apply this formula. Let's look at our first example for today's lesson. Number 1, you have the integral of x a raised to 6x dx. Let u be equal to x. Then we need to get the derivative of u. Du all over dx is equal to 1. You cross multiply. Therefore, your du is equal to dx. Then the remaining expression is your dv. So here, our dv is equal to e raised to 6x dx. And of course, you cannot get right away the expression that's equal to v in this example because there's a need for you to use substitution method. So here we let u be equal to your 6x. We apply the process of finding the integral of a function using substitution first. So your du here is 6dx. But of course, you will only be needing dx in our solution. So you have your d all over 6, and this is equal to your dx. And after that, we apply substitution. So your dv will now then be equal to your 1 over 6 e raised to u du. Okay, where did we get 1 over 6 du? You need to replace your dx here with d all over 6 and then your 6x here with u. So we have dv is equal to 1 over 6 e raised to u du. Please bear in mind that we are getting here the integral of dv to get v. And you cannot get the integral of e raised to 6x dx right away without using substitution method. So here, we can now get the integral. So you have your dv is equal to integral of dv is equal to 1 over 6. You factor out the constant and then you get the integral of e raised to u du. So your v here is 1 over 6 and then the integral of e raised to u is e raised to u. Now, in applying integration by parts, here we are not going to add your constant c because that will be added in our final answer. Okay, now we already have your u, your du, we also have your dv, and then your v. We can now use these expressions in solving for the integral of our given x e raised to 6x dx. By the way, your v here is 1 over 6 e raised to u, and u is 6x. So this is 1 over 6 e raised to 6x. Now applying the formula, the integral of u dv is equal to uv minus the integral of v du. We substitute your u. Your u here is x, so we write x, and then your v is 1 over 6 e raised to 6x. So we have it here, e raised to 6x minus the integral of v, again that is 1 over 6 e raised to 6x, and then your du, you can find it here. Your du is equal to your dx. So you write it here, dx. Okay, then after that, you simplify. You'll be having x e raised to 6x all over 6 minus 1 over 6, you factor out the constant first, times uh, e raised to 6x dx. Okay, then after that, we simplify it further. We'll be having x e raised to 6x all over 6 minus 1 over 6 times the integral of e raised to 6x dx. We were able to solve that here in this part of our solution. So the integral of e raised to 6x is 1 6 e raised to 6x. So we can write it here that the integral of e raised to 6x is 1 over 6 e raised to 6x, and then we will be adding the arbitrary constant c here. You use substitution here in getting the integral of e raised to 6x dx. And of course, simplifying it further, we will be having x e raised to 6x all over 6 minus 1 over 6 times 1 over 6 is 1 over 36. 1 over 36 e raised to 6x plus the arbitrary constant c. So that is the integral of x e raised to 6x dx using integration by parts. You cannot actually solve the integral of this example without using integration by parts. There's no other way of solving the integral of x e raised to 6x dx without using integration by parts. Okay, now let's try to look at the second example. Here we have the differential equation. You consider an equation as a differential equation if you can see derivatives in the equation. So number 2 here, you're asked to solve the general solution of the differential equation dy over dx is equal to x cosine of x. Again, we apply integration by parts here. The first thing that we need to do is we cross multiply. So you'll be having dy is equal to x cosine of x dx. Then after that, we apply integration by parts. We identify your u first. Your u here is x, and then du over dx, the derivative is 1. Therefore, your du is equal to dx. And then the remaining expression is cosine x dx, and that will be your dv. So your dv here is cosine of x dx. Then after that, you get the integral because we are after v. So you have your dv here, and this is integral of cosine of x dx. And the integral of dv is v. And you are aware that the integral of cosine x dx is sine x. Okay, now we are ready to apply the formula for integration by parts. So again, the integral of u dv is equal to uv minus the integral of vd. And in our solution, our u is x. Our u here is x, so you write it here, x, and our v is sine x, and then minus the integral of our v is sine x, and our du here is dx. So you write it here, dx. Simplifying further, we'll be having x sine x minus the integral of sine x is negative cosine x. So you write it here, negative cosine x plus this time we will be adding the arbitrary constancy. So this is equal to x sine x, negative 1 times negative cosine x. It will give you positive cosine x. And then we add your arbitrary constancy. We're getting the solution of the differential equation here. So we write y is equal to x sine x plus cosine x plus c. Because in our original formula, that's dy is equal to x cosine dx. Then if you get the integral of dy, that will give you y. So this is our final answer. Y is equal to x sine x plus cosine x plus the arbitrary constancy. Okay? Next, let's try solving our third example. Here, number 3 is the differential equation dy over dx is equal to ln of x all over x squared. Again, we will be applying integration by parts here. You cannot use basic integration techniques and integration by substitution in solving the general solution of this differential equation. We do cross multiplication first. So you'll be having dy is equal to ln of x over x squared, and of course we will be writing your dx. Then after that, we identify your u and dv. So your u here is ln of x, and you are aware that the derivative of ln of x is 1 over x. So du over dx is equal to 1 over x. You do more cross multiplication. So your du will now then be equal to dx all over x. Then after that, we identify your dv, and in our given, our dv is definitely equal to your dx over x squared. So we write it here, dx over x squared. Then after that, you rewrite again the equation dv, and then this time you have x raised to negative 2 dx, because we will be applying basic integration techniques in getting your v. So getting the integral of both sides, you have integral of dv is equal to the integral of x raised to negative 2 dx. So definitely your v now is x raised to negative 1, because you have here negative 2 plus 1, and in the denominator you have your negative 1. Or simplifying it further, you write negative 1, and then in the denominator you have your x. So v now is negative 1 over x. Now, applying the integration by parts formula, the integral of u dv is equal to uv minus the integral of v du. We now have u. Our u here is ln of x. Okay, our u is ln of x. So you write it here, ln of x. And our v is negative 1 over x minus the integral of v, that is negative 1 over x times du, and du is dx over x. Okay, so you have your du, that's du, we need to erase this part. Okay, we erase this part. We're going to write du, and that is dx all over x. Okay, now simplifying further, we now have your negative ln of x because ln of x times negative 1 over x is negative ln of x over x. Then you have here negative 1 and then negative 1 outside the integral. So you'll be having plus the integral of, simplifying this expression further, you'll be having dx over x times x is definitely x raised to the second power. Okay, then after that we simplify. So you have negative ln of x all over x plus the integral of x raised to negative 2 dx, so that we can apply basic integration techniques here in this part of our solution. So we write again negative ln of x all over x plus the integral of x raised to negative 2 is x raised to negative 1, and in our denominator you write negative 1. Where did we get that? You have negative 2 plus 1, that's negative 1. And then of course don't forget to write the arbitrary constancy. Then we need to simplify our solution. You have negative ln of x, and this is all over x, and you have minus 1 over x, okay, because you have here x raised to negative 1, that's the same as 1 over x, and your negative 1 here is written here in this part. So negative 1 over x plus the arbitrary constancy. Okay, and then since here in this example again we are asked to solve the general solution of the differential equation, so our answer should be written in this form: y is equal to negative ln of x over x minus 1 over x plus the arbitrary constancy, because of course the solution of a differential equation is also a function. Okay, that's for our example number 3. Now this time around we will be looking into the solution of the differential equation. Okay, this is example number 4. You have your dy over dx is equal to x e raised to x. Okay, we need to solve the general solution of this differential equation. The first thing that you need to do, again, we cross multiply. So you'll be having dy is equal to x e raised to x dx. Then after that, before we can apply integration by parts formula, we need to identify your u. Your u in this example is x, and then your du is dx, because your d over dx is equal to 1, and then you cross multiply, du therefore is equal to dx. Please be careful in choosing the expression that's weighted to u and dv, because there are some instances that your integration by parts formula cannot be used in solving this particular example if you choose the wrong expression for u and dv. So again, here your u is x, your du is dx, and the remaining expression will be your dv, that is e raised to x dx. Then you get the integral of both sides. So integral of dv is equal to the integral of e raised to x dx. And you are aware that the integral of e raised to x dx is e raised to x. We'll be adding the arbitrary constant afterwards in our final answer. Okay, so therefore our solution will now then be equal to, of course, you have your integral of dy, and then here we apply the integration by parts formula, uv first. So x e raised to x minus the integral of v du, or v is e raised to x, and our du is, here you have dx. So the integral of dy is y, and then you have here x e raised to x minus the integral of e raised to x dx is e raised to x, and then you need to add your arbitrary constancy. So for this example, our solution is y is equal to x e raised to x minus e raised to x plus c, applying the integration by parts formula. And for this video, we need to solve also the integral of x ln x dx. So this is our example number 5. Number 5, you have here integral of x ln of x dx. Again, be careful with the identification of your u and dv. So your u here is x, and then your du definitely is dx, because du over dx is equal to 1, you cross multiply, du therefore is equal to dx. Okay, so here definitely you look at this example. If we let your u be equal to x, let's try to compare our answer, or let's try to test whether we correctly have chosen the variable or the expression for u and dv. Look, your dv here is definitely your ln of x dx, and then of course your dv is equal to you get the integral of both sides, so you have here ln of x dx, and you get you need to get the integral of ln of x dx on the other side of the equation. So your v here is definitely your integral of ln of x dx is ln x minus x plus the arbitrary constant c. And in this example, definitely you cannot solve the integral of x ln x dx by making use of u as your x and your dv as your ln of x dx, because as you notice here, your v is x ln x minus x, so it makes our computation more difficult or more complex. So let's interchange. So this is definitely wrong. Okay, this is not the right identification for our u and our dv. So let's make use of ln of x as our u. So your u here is ln of x, and then you know the derivative of u, and that is 1 over x dx. So this is 1 over x dx, and on the other side you need to write, or you need to identify your dv. So this time around your dv is x dx. Then next is you get the integral of dv. So the integral of dv is equal to the integral of x dx, and you are aware that the integral of dv is v, and the integral of x dx, this time it's more simple, that is x squared all over 2. Okay, we are now ready to apply the formula. So the integral of x ln of x dx therefore is equal to uv. Your u is ln of x, and then your v is x squared over 2. So you have here x squared over 2 minus the integral of v, that is x squared over 2 times du. Okay, so your du here is 1 over x dx. We need to simplify the expressions here in our solution. So you'll be having x squared ln of x all over 2 minus, you need to factor out your constant, times the integral of course here in our solution we can simplify you get rid or you cancel out x in our numerator and then your x here in our denominator. And then you're left with your x dx. Okay, so again, our solution will now then be x squared ln of x over 2 minus 1 half, and the integral of x dx is x squared all over 2, and then this time we'll be adding the arbitrary constant c. Simplifying it further, you'll be having x squared ln of x over 2 minus your x squared, then 2 times 2 in our denominator, that will be 4, then you add your arbitrary constant c. That's the integral of our example here, x ln of x dx. That's equal to x squared ln of x over 2 minus x squared over 4 plus c. Okay, I've shown here in our example the process of the right process of choosing your u and dv, because here, as you can see in our example, if you incorrectly choose your u and dv, that will make the entire solution more complicated. Okay, so please look at the examples in our module and then you apply the process of finding the derivative or the integral of derivatives using integration by parts.